Hey guys, it's John, ReelBlue Custom Rods, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm out here fishing, and I think I just missed one. I'm out here bass fishing today, and I'm actually using my new Sougayilang Telescopic fishing rod, excuse me. And this is the 7-foot rod, and with the 7 telescoping pieces to it. And I've been using this quite a bit. I was out here last weekend with this rod, and I did pretty well fishing with this rod. Like, it fishes really nice, really smooth reel. It's a 3000 series reel, and it fishes really nice. And I'm actually fishing with some plastic bait today on a Neko rig, or wacky worm, if you will. And I'm just drifting along with the wind, pushing me here along the side on these lily pads and the shoreline and the reed bed and stuff. And I just kind of back out a little bit. They're trying to just let the current push me. I'm just trying to cover as much as land or terrain, if you will, water, if I can. One of the things I really like about the reel, it's very smooth. You can fish it with fresh and or salt water. It's a 13-to-1 ratio. It's got a great easy drag to set, very nice. And I like the little fat EVA foam handle. It is ambidextrous. You can reel left or right. And it is a spinning reel that it's going to come up and down. And when it's in the up position, you're going to have that space on the inside. So it's not fully sealed, if you will. But I really like this reel. There's no reverse when you're reeling that. I mean, you can switch it over to go in reverse, but once you have it locked over, there's no back play a little bit. Like, it won't budge at all. And it is a really nice rod and reel set. And the value, to be frank, the price of the rod isn't bad. And the great thing about it, I think, I'm not going to say that I know, but I think, from some of the polls I've done here on my YouTube channel in the community tab, a lot of people, all right, so what I know is a lot of people really aren't interested in telescopic travel rods. But what I don't know is why, and I'm trying to figure that out. And I think actually I'm going to put a poll in the community tab asking that question. But what I think it's either one, people have tried them and whatever brand they had and they didn't like it. There was something about it they didn't like, or they've never used one, but they have a perception about it just because it's telescoping. It's really not expensive. On the web, I bought this one on Amazon, and I'll have a link down in the description below, but it's on Amazon. It's, depending on what kind you're getting, $40, $60, $80. Therefore, it's cheap. And that's really not the case, man. You can see on these guides, we got the chameleon guides on here. And I'll tell you, this is the 3rd telescoping rod that I've owned. And the reason why I buy them is because, one, I'm fascinated about the technology on them, and I'm really trying to get a better understanding of them. 2, I don't build telescoping fishing rods. I build travel rods. I build, 3-piece travel rods, but I don't build telescoping rods. I just don't have the capability or the technology to do that. But again, you have these chameleon guides on here, and one of the best things that I think, having 3 different brands of travel rods now, I think one of the biggest things I'm looking for is right here. And it's the guide, right? It's essentially the guide wrap. I mean, the guides are important to me, but it's also the guide wrap. And if you see that these are full metal construction guides, there is no thread wrap. And I think in a telescoping rod, that is key. And there's a reason for that. The reason is, when you collapse your telescoping rods, when you close them down and close them, they will come right next to each other. So you're guide wraps or your guide brackets, if we will, they're going to come right down next to each other. If there are guide wraps on them, those guide wraps will essentially set down just inside a little bit. And over time, when you're collapsing that rod, that is going to damage or mark up the finish over the guide wraps. So that's something that I would consider. Coffee break. So that's something that I like, and I think that's really something to consider if you're looking at a telescoping rod. And I tell you, man, I'm really impressed with these telescopic fishing rods, man. I think they've come a long way. They're super light. And I mean, and that's to be expected, right? Technology and rod building materials has changed. You know, everything's lighter. And people are people do build cheap versions of fishing rods, right? But what I'm seeing so far, especially in the Sougayilang telescopic fishing rod, they may be cheap, but they're not cheaply made. What I mean is the price might be right. You're not breaking the bank to buy one, but you're definitely getting your money's worth, man. They're great fishing rods, and they're not cheaply made. And again, as you can see, I'm working a wacky rig today with some 5-inch Ochos by Strike King. And, one of the other great things about this is this kit comes with the telescoping rod, one reel, right? Ambidextrous reel. It comes with one thing of braided line, and this braided line so far has been pretty sensitive. It's a good braided line that it comes with. I can feel the little nibbles or the bites. So I think the braided line is great. And it also comes with a couple of the spools for your rod. So you can have 2 different spools for 2 different types of fishing with 2 different types of thread on them if that's something that you wanted. And it also comes with some plastics, comes with some jig heads, comes with a few weights, bullet heads, a couple of beads, and it comes in a really nice zippered EVA foam on the inside, or excuse me, not EVA foam, but foam padding on the inside to pack the rod and to carry it around. So you can throw it in your suitcase. You can throw it under your seat in the car, the truck, the back of the vehicle, put it in a backpack, whatever it is you want to do. You can do that. And this rod, I think, will be great for you, man. This hook I'm using is an eagle claw hook for this wacky rig. And I know, or Neko rig, wacky worm. And you can see these, and I use a couple different, but this eagle claw hook has got a couple of these little black wires to help make it weedless, if you will. And that's okay, but I notice periodically I got to get in there and kind of straighten them up a little bit. And then also, and I'll tell you what, I'll have a link down in the description for the Strike King Ocho, 5-inch Ocho that I use for the wacky worms. I'm using tungsten weights on the backside. And I've also got some O-rings on there. So I'll put a description for all of those down in the link below in case you're interested, or excuse me, I'll put a link for all of those down in the description below in case you guys are interested in it. But I really like the Ocho. I've been pretty successful in that. There's a couple other things I'm going to try. A couple of different other style of worms, Neko rig wise, that I'm going to try. Oh, perfect, man. Right up on the weeds. Please help me find one here. Oh, man, that was it. Oh, that was it. I just pulled it right off. So I cast it right up against these weeds, reed bed. And then there's like 2 small lilies about 4 feet in front of those. And right as I came by those lilies, I got a hit. I'm to try to cast in there one more time really quick before I drift by. So let's talk about the water that I'm fishing. This lake has got a lot, perfect cast, a lot of milfoil in it. And I'm probably drifting over somewhere in the 3-foot mark. But I'll tell you, I can see milfoil like 1.5 feet down, 2 feet down. Yeah. All right. I'm trying to find a fish. So one of the other worms I think that I'm going to use is I'm going to rig up some marking. I ordered these from that gentleman last year, kind of towards late in the season, so I've been waiting to get out this year and use them. But I'm going to use some of the pumpkin ones, and I've also have some of his marquee bluegill ones. So if you're looking for some good bait, shout out to him. He makes some good baits, and his stuff is also reasonably priced. And he's on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Out of Florida, if I remember correctly, building all kinds of plastics. Damn. Missed it. Now, ain't that something? That's the first time that's happened. All I've got left is the O-ring on that one. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go right to the marquee one. And when I'm rigging this up, I have my tungsten weight in the backside and kind of in the butt area. And I like to put my hook towards the front of the worm or the pointed end of the worm. And just loop it like that. Let's see if we can get this to happen again. And then I like to just pop that thing, let it sit, and then reel. Pop it, let it fall. And what I've noticed is I get a lot of bites on the fall. And what that tungsten weight is doing, so I'm fishing it through the water this way, but when I let it go, it falls the butt down first. That's what that tungsten weight is doing, is pulling it straight down, kind of like a pencil. Oh shit. Oh, guess what we're doing? I got in a lily pad. I'm gonna go have to tear this out here. Happened is I got right in that back crack of the lily pad. There we go. All right, so back out of here. Hopefully I didn't screw myself hooking up on that thing. All right. And so I'm really trying to switch over between this Neko rig and the craw that I like to use. You guys know I like to use a 5-inch craw. All right. Get this grass on here. Good cast, good cast. All right. Okay. One of the other things about the rod is you really have no handle whatsoever on the spinning setup. You have an up-locking, lock, reel lock, and it has 2 pieces. Actually, no, this one only has the one, so I'm sorry. But it's up-locking. There's no secondary lock nut on it, but it's an up-locking lock nut. Again, there's no foam or cork for the handle, so you're holding on to the reel seat really the whole time when you're fishing. But it is kind of a split grip style with the EVA foam cap on the back, or the butt, if you will. And then there's a little plastic butt cap on the bottom, and which looks like it might unscrew, but it does not unscrew. Let's take another cast here. All right. All right. Again, I just cast that thing out, pop it, let it fall, just kind of keep reworking it. I think I'm gonna switch over to a crawl here pretty soon. I tell you, I think there's a discussion to be made, and I know what's happening on the Neko rig. When you like your hook facing parallel with your bait, or if you want it perpendicular to your bait, where you want the hook to face basically towards the camera, away from the bait, where this style I have it hooked through the ring on there. And so I know there's some discussion about that, and there's some other ways to rig that up. And I think what I'll do is leave a comment down below, man. Like, would you guys like me to do a video on like how I rig my Neko rigs and like the equipment that I use to do that? Leave a comment below, and of course I respond to at least 98.9% of the comments that you guys leave on my videos. But I would love to see if you guys think I should create a video on my Neko rig up, because I would gladly do that, and kind of show you guys some other things about the Neko rig up, some other things that I'm trying out. So back to this rod. So it's the Sougayilang. Again, there's going to be a link to this rod down in the description below. It's a collapsible telescopic fishing rod. It handles fish very well. I caught a really nice bass last weekend on it. I just lost it right here at the edge of the kayak, but the rod just got hit right at the edge of the boat by a small bass. That was funny. But the rod handled beautifully. Again, the reel is super smooth. It is a 13:1 ratio, easy to adjust drag, and it works really well. As you can see there, it's a 7-foot rod. There's 3 different lengths of the rod. I like the 7-foot rod. I'm really not a fan of the 6.5 or anything really less than 6 feet. When I'm freshwater fishing, I really like the 7-foot rod. So that, again, 7-foot rod, collapses down to very small, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. But there's 7 total telescoping pieces to it that get it out to that 7-foot length once you put the rod into action. And then when you collapse it, what I like to do is I don't like to control it by the guides. Okay, I grab it by the blank, twist it a little, push it in, twist it a little, push it in, and I do that all the way down. I'll make sure we don't lose it. And then that's my total length of the rod. When it's collapsed, it comes with a plastic thing that wraps over to protect your guides once you have it all collapsed down into the travel configuration. Again, you just, extend it out. And then I kind of grab the guide, I line the guide up, and I grab the blank and give it a little tug to get it back to where I want it at. That way I make sure each of those telescoping pieces are set. And lastly, if you don't give it a little tug and make sure that those telescoping pieces are set, when you cast, you could, the guide or that section of the blank, if you don't have it locked in there a little bit, seated nicely, I guess is a better way to say it, when you cast, it could rotate on you. And the guide will come out a little bit, especially towards the tip. And then what happens is your line will wrap over the tip. You just got to pull it back down and spin it back the other direction. And I am surprised. I mean, I had a couple bites, but I'm surprised I haven't hooked up, man. Oh, beautiful, beautiful cast. Hopefully there's a beautiful fish right there. Okay. So I'm still, oh man, it's hard to tell there. Thought I was getting hit on the way down. I'm still casting into this milfoil, but in between these lily pads, these patches of these lily pads, and I'm still, I mean, milfoil is all the way up to probably 2-3 inches below the surface of the water, but I'm in spots, but the majority of the milfoil is stopping at about 1.5 or 2 below the bottom of the boat with a kayak. And I am really trying to, oh, there, looking for my fishing buddy. All right. Okay. All right, so I just caught a little one. All right. There, those nice small little bass on the Neko rig. This was on the Ocho. And that was just letting that thing fall down. Nice little bass. Good little guy. Looks healthy. All right. Let him go. Let's rig that back up. All right, so we just got rid of the skunk, and I was fishing that pumpkin and the bluegill Neko rig, and I just wasn't getting any bites. And then I switched over to the blue one that I'm fishing now. First cast, man, boom, put one on. So I really like that blue Ocho one, but that seems to maybe be the color / flavor of the day. And when I talk about the Ocho, it's the Perfect Baits by Strike King and Kevin Van Dam, 5-inch Ocho coffee flavor. Again, I'll have a link in the description below. But now that I got the sun to my back, I'm going to try to turn around. All right, so we worked off the skunk. So let's turn a little bit. Let's see if we can come in here. Oh man, right when the water hit that thing hit the water. Oh, these guys are on fire. There was a hit. Soon as it hit the water, I got a bite. And that goes back to, it's either small or what I was talking about earlier, the hook positioning. The hook positioning on the rig. Since the hook is running parallel with the bait and you're swimming it this way, I'm wondering if maybe I'm getting some missed hookups. Back up and do that again before I drift on in there. Maybe not. All right. I also put a bit of a heavier weight in the bottom of this plastic bait. I wanted a faster drop. The other two I was fishing, I had a bit of a smaller weight, so I wasn't getting a faster drop. I got a little grass. I just got lucky with that one. got back there. I'm wondering if the sun comes out. When these clouds burn off, I'm wondering, when these clouds burn off, I'm wondering if that's going to change things a little bit. Because I got those last 2 bites when the sun was kind of shining, but then the clouds came back in. There comes that sun starting to come out again. Yeah, so let me know what you guys, let me know down in the comments block. You guys, if you're a bass fisherman, do you use the Neko rig quite often? I'd love to hear your thoughts about the Neko rig, your success with it, maybe some techniques that you guys have. You can share that down in the oh, I had him. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Ah, I don't think I had the hook on him. I think he just had that bait in his mouth. And plus, I am in some milfoil. And that was a good fish. That was a good fish, my friend. So again, I'm going back to the hookup. See, so I had that fish. He had a hold of the plastic. Maybe had the hook somewhere, but I don't think. And again, comment below, man. What do you guys think? Running the hook parallel, or should I have the hook turned, you know, perpendicular or away from the bait? And I think that is what you know what? I'm just going to leave it like this. I think that's what I want. Because I'm missing hookups, and I think it's got to do with the hook setup on how I have it rigged. So let's get out of here. Come back in here and get a different angle. Alright, I can cast all your lily pads. box. There we go. That wind's blowing pretty good and moving me along the way a little faster than what I would like. There we go. So you can see that telescopic rod. So I just landed on a lily pad, and just, you know, this telescopic rod has got enough action to help you get that stuff off the backside, and you can pop it around. It's just like another, you know, an ordinary fishing rod. All right, let's make a couple more casts here. All right. So anyways, so this is, again, the Sougayilang Telescopic Fishing Rod. There's I'll have a link down in the description below if this is something that you're interested in. I hope I was able to shed some light on this product. Again, yes, it is a telescoping rod. It is perfect for packing, backpacking, fishing, put it in a car, put it in the boat, the truck, wherever. I think it's a great rod, and I think it checks all the blocks. I'm not going to give it a number. Between 1 and 10, you know, I'm not gonna rate it on where I think it's at quite yet. I think I'll save that for another video and I'll do kind of a side-by-side comparison with the other ones that I have. But I like this rod, and I like the reel, and I think the value, the price you're paying for the rod, the reel, the little tackle box that comes with it, the line, the 2 spools, the traveling case that it goes in, which is a really nice traveling case. I think the value's right, man. I don't think it's that expensive. And if you're, you know, an Amazon shopper, you're a Prime member, you're going to save on, you're going to have to get free shipping, or you're going to get some sort of discount on it. So, you know, and I always look for it to be on sale as well. So I hope this video was informative. I hope it helped you make an informed decision on, 1, telescopic rods in general, but 2, the Sougayilang 7-foot rod and reel combo that I'm using today. So I hope this helps. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch this next video here. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.